Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Rajeshwar from YR PharmaTube. In this lesson, we shall discuss an introduction to antifungal agents. See the description for the links of other topics of medicinal chemistry. Upon completion of this lesson, you can able to understand an introduction to fungi, fungal cell components, the organisms responsible for fungal infections, the various types of fungal infections, and lastly, the chemical classification along with their structures. Fungal infections are also known as mycosis. They range from superficial skin infections to life-threatening systemic infections. A fungus is a colorless plant that lacks chlorophyll. In comparison with bacteria or viruses, fungi are more complex organisms. They have ribosomes, cellular membrane components, and a nuclear membrane. Fungal infections occur less than bacterial or viral infections. However, this statement may be untrue for a few geographical regions that are favorable for the existence and growth of specific fungal pathogens. Some of these organisms, for example Candida, can spread from a superficial location, that is the surface of the body, to the internal organs, leading to systemic diseases with serious or life-threatening complications. Fungal infections cause a lot of discomfort and are difficult to cure because, unlike to bacteria, fungi are eukaryotes. Antibiotics only target prokaryotic cells, whereas compounds that kill fungi also harm the eukaryotic animal host. Types of fungal infections. There are two types of fungal infections, namely local and systemic. Local antifungals are usually administered topically, that is externally, or vaginally, depending on the condition being treated. Thus, they are further divided into dermatophytic and mucocutaneous. Systemic antifungals are administered either orally or intravenously. Dermatophytic fungal infections. The word dermatophyte has come from two Greek words, derma and phyton. Derma means skin and phyton means plant, which means a plant that causes infections on the skin. Dermatophytes cause infections of the skin, hair and nails. They are most widespread of all fungal infections. The microorganisms Arthrodermataceae causes these skin infections. Some of these skin infections are also known as ringworm or tinea, which is the Latin word for worm, though infections are not caused by worms. It is thought that the word tinea or worm is used to describe the snake-like appearance of the dermatophyte on skin. Toenail and fingernail infections are referred to as onychomycosis. Dermatophytes usually do not invade living tissues but colonize the outer layer of the skin. Occasionally, the microorganisms do invade subcutaneous tissues, resulting in the chirion development. Dermatophyte infections are generally cured by applying topical ointments. Topical medications include clotrimazole, buprenorphine, miconazole, and terbinafine. Systemic or oral medications include fluconazole, griseofulvin, terbinafine, and itraconazole. For extensive skin lesions, itraconazole and terbinafine can speed up healing. Mucocutaneous fungal infections. These infections caused primarily by the fungus Candida albicans occur in regions of the moist skin and mucous membranes, that is gastrointestinal tract, perianal and vulvovaginal areas. Amphotericin B, miconazole, clotrimazole and nystatin are used topically to treat such infections. For chronic infections, ketoconazole is taken orally. Systemic fungal infections. These infections are very rare, although they do present a serious problem since they are naturally chronic and difficult to diagnose and treat. So, antifungal drugs are used to treat fungal infections such as athlete's foot, ringworm, and candidiasis, that is thrush, as well as systemic infections like cryptococcal meningitis. Antifungals work by exploiting differences between mammalian and fungal cells to kill the fungal organism and without significantly harming the host. Systemic antifungal agents are administered orally or intravenously. This table illustrates the type of infection, the disease state, and the organism that causes the disease. From the chemical point of view, antifungal drugs can be divided into 5 categories. Number 1, polyenes. Number 2, azoles. Number 3, allylamines. Number 4, echinocandins. And number 5, miscellaneous agents or other agents. The individual drugs under each class have also been given. Number 1, polyenes. Polyenes are polyunsaturated organic compounds that contain at least 3 alternating double and single carbon-carbon bonds. Simply, it is a molecule with multiple conjugated double bonds. A polyene antifungal is a macrocyclic polyene with a heavily hydroxylated region on the ring opposite the conjugated system. This makes polyene antifungals amphiphilic. Examples include amphotericin B, candicidin, philippin, which is a 35 carbon containing compound, netamycin, a 33 carbon containing compound, and nystatin. The polyene antimycotics bind with sterols in the fungal cell membrane, principally ergosterol. This changes the transition temperature of the cell membrane, thereby placing the membrane in a less fluid, more crystalline state. In ordinary circumstances, membrane sterols increase the packing of the phospholipid bilayer, making the plasma membrane more dense. As a result, the cell's contents including monovalent ions such as potassium, sodium, chlorides and small organic molecules leak, which is regarded as one of the primary ways a cell dies. Animal cells contain cholesterol instead of ergosterol and so they are much less susceptible. However, at therapeutic dose, some amphotericin B may bind to animal membrane cholesterol, increasing the risk of human toxicity. Amphotericin B is nephrotoxic when given intravenously. As a polyene's hydrophobic chain is shortened, its sterol binding activity is increased. Therefore, further reduction of the hydrophobic chain may result in it binding to cholesterol, making it toxic to animals. The structures of polyenes have been given here. Number 2, azoles. Azoles are a class of 5-membered heterocyclic compounds containing a nitrogen atom and at least one other non-carbon atom, that is nitrogen, sulfur or oxygen, a part of the ring. The names originate from the Hansch-Widman nomenclature. The parent compounds are aromatic and have 2 double bonds. There are also successively reduced analogues known as azolines and azolidines with fewer double bonds. One and only one lone pair of electrons from each heteroatom in the ring is part of the aromatic bonding in an azole. Names of azoles maintain the prefix upon reduction, that is pyrozoline or pyrozolidine, etc. The numbering of ring atoms in azoles starts with the heteroatom that is not part of a double bond and then proceeds towards the other heteroatom. Imidazole and other 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic systems with 2 nitrogens are extremely common in nature and form the core of the many biomolecules such as histidine. Azoles inhibit conversion of lanosterol to ergosterol by inhibition of lanosterol 14-alpha demethylase enzyme. Azoles include imidazole derivatives, triazole derivatives, and some thiazole derivatives. Here are the structures of imidazole derivatives. The triazoles and thiazole derivatives are given here. Number 3, allylamines. Allylamine is an organic compound with the formula C3H5NH2. This colorless liquid is the simplest stable unsaturated amine. Allylamines inhibit squalene epoxidase, another enzyme that is required for ergosterol synthesis. Examples include amorolfin, butanolfin, naphthephin, and terbenafin. Here are the structures of allylamines. Number 4, echinocandins. They are semisynthetic pneumocandins which are chemically lycopeptide in nature, consisting of large cyclic hexapeptoids. Capsofungin, micafungin, and enidulafungin are similar cyclic hexapeptide antibiotics linked to long modified N-linked acyl fatty acid chains. The chains act as anchors on the fungal cell membrane to facilitate antifungal activity. They inhibit the synthesis of beta-glucan in the fungal cell wall via non-competitive inhibition of the enzyme 1,3-beta-glucan synthase. This class has been termed the penicillin of antifungals. Echinocandins are administered intravenously, particularly for the treatment of resistant Candida species. And number 5, miscellaneous agents. These agents include amorolfin, arones, griseofulvin, haloprogen, tolnaftate, undecylenic acid, mitfosin, etc. Amorolfin is a morpholin derivative used topically in dermatophytosis. Arones have been shown to possess antifungal properties. Griseofulvin binds to polymerized microtubules and inhibits fungal mitosis. Haloprogen was discontinued due to the emergence of more modern antifungals with fewer side effects. Tolnaftate is a thiosemicarbamate antifungal which inhibits fungal squalene epoxidase, similar mechanism to allylamines like terbinafine. Undecylenic acid is an unsaturated fatty acid derived from natural castor oil, fungistatic, antibacterial, antiviral, and inhibits Candida morphogenesis. Mitfosin disrupts fungal cell membrane dynamics by interacting with ergosterol. This is the list of references followed for the lesson. That's all in this video, an introduction to antifungal agents. In the next video, we will discuss the individual drugs that are classified as antifungal antibiotics. Till then, never stop learning and never stop watching my videos. Thank you for watching this video.